my way, tryna stop my drip. A hating ass nigga could never. Brand new 40 with a big black clip with your bitch in my whip being extra. When I'm on the scene, it's cookies and cream. These thoughts think we go together. But I'm a king, so I need a queen. Can't be fucking you thoughts forever.
Alright, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so new podcast, cookies and coffee. Top of the morning, everybody. We about to get this thing started. Today's topic is self-worth. You know, we've been dealing with a lot of I've been talking to a lot of people, especially around Scorpio time of this year in 2020, and with the past Mercury retrograde situation going on, and Scorpio's element of change and transformation and things of that nature, passion, self-worth, desires. You know, a lot of people been waking up, and we ain't talking about on the conscious level, because you know that's been going on since 1999, and it evolved even more during 2012, and it's gonna get even more popping after December 21st and so forth. But on to the topic of the matter. Know your self-worth. We want people to understand that, because it's a lot of people losing their life behind love. It's a lot of people losing their minds behind love, and it's a lot of people losing their self behind love. And it comes from having a lack of self-love. Because when you love yourself and when you value yourself, we got calls coming in, inboxes, that's what I'm talking about, keep them coming. When you value yourself, you demonstrate that value to other people. And just as well as they got a choice to value you the way you want them to or not, you got a choice to deal with how they value you or not, you know? And a lot of times we settle, we give people chance after chance, and we give people the benefit of the doubt. And you know, this could be in any type of situation, you know, not just intimate relationships, friendships, family ships, like whatever ship you choose to go on when you journeying with other people. Now on this show, we will be talking about different things from politics, love, career, science, racism, the music world, the industry, you know, things of that nature. And if you're a person that's out there who have ideas and topics, and you would like to send them in, you would like for me to touch on it, then I'll do so, because we definitely want to connect with the people, and we definitely want to bring interesting topics and self-serving and self-helping topics as well. Yeah, cookies and coffee for a reason, because you know we gonna get up to that waking bay, baby. We're gonna make sure we get our day started with positive energy and all that, and that's one of the main things I wanted to touch on too. A lot of people stumble out of bed mad at the fact that they got to go to work. If you're a single parent, you might be mad at the fact that you got to get your kids up and do everything by yourself. You might be a person that's so ready to work for yourself that you just tired of clocking in for somebody else. And in other cases, you may not be a morning person at all. But if you wake up with a positive mindset, even if you have to get up and go in the mirror and hit yourself with the mirror on the wall, who the flyest of them all, who the coolest of them all, whatever. You got to think, you are the first person that you see when you get ready to start your day. You are. You're the first person. You're the first person that you speak to, and you're the first person that you can encourage. Tell yourself that it's going to be a beautiful day. Tell yourself that you are a beautiful being. Tell yourself that you are successful, that you are in a great space, that you are worthy and deserving. And as you speak these things over yourself, your being will take in that and reciprocate that through your actions, through your feelings, and through your emotions. Yeah, because even yourself know who you are. Even when you be lost and don't know, you got to snap back into reality. We do got a few calls lined up, because I'm big on letting other people voice their opinions, because I like to learn how other people think. That's why I'm big on astrology and stuff like that. But astrology, psychology, numerology, any of those things, I love it. And I be really wanting to see how people's minds work or whatnot. So feel free to leave a message or whatever. Recently, I had a conversation with one of my partners, and he was talking about how his relationship is real good, but he just feel like his woman don't value his presence, his suggestions, nor his desires. And he's married. But he said the relationship was not like this when they first married or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he said once they got married, things changed. She got comfortable. She stopped doing the stuff that she was doing in the beginning. And I know women who say the same thing about men. So I don't want nobody to think that I'm trying to be one-sided. But what I am saying is, that's really what hurt us. You know, disappointments, expectations, and things of that nature when it comes to other people. But that only happens when we let people slide with certain things, when we let people go back on their word, or when we see red flags and we choose to ignore them. Because a lot of times we always see what's up with people with our intuition. Even if they're not doing that wrong to hurt us, it just might be a glitch in the matrix to the point where y'all don't mesh that well. To where y'all argue over petty stuff, or when y'all cannot agree over simple stuff. And you have and it puts you in a place to where you be like, well, ain't no way this ain't working. How do they not see my point? Like, how do they not know I love them? Why do they not trust me? And that stuff like that'll drive you crazy, especially when you a person that knows that you trying your hardest or trying your best to please this person, to love this person, to respond to them the way they want them to, and to consider all the things that make them feel good and what make them feel bad. But we can't get lost in putting ourselves on the back burner to prove to somebody else how much we love them, just to take away from how much we love ourselves. Because when we love ourselves, that's when they feel like we're not loving them, when in reality, they not understanding the love that we have for ourselves, which make them look at us like we jealous, but then, like we selfish, but then we end up looking at them like they selfish, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not want me to love me? So, you know, I told him I understand that, because even though I ain't never been married, I have been in relationships where I don't felt like things have been one-sided. And, you know, like I always say, you can't get mad at what you can't control. And one of the main things that we cannot control is other people, you know, unless they allow us to. And who wants somebody that's going to let you control them and run over them? Well, what kind of fun is in that? You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to take one of these calls and see what some people got to say. You on the line, speak your piece.
I would like to comment about self-worth. Self-worth is knowing who you are, getting to know you, setting boundaries for yourself, knowing what you will and will not tolerate, and it's up to you to execute those boundaries to other people.
Right.
For instance, if you don't like the way somebody is talking to you, you don't have to keep putting up with it. You need to stop it right then and there at that moment and say, hey, excuse me, I really don't like the way you're talking to me. Can we talk like two adults? Can we sit down and talk? However, I do not feel comfortable with the way that you're talking to me. I don't like it, and it's invading my space. You cannot be afraid to speak your mind about your own self-worth. It starts with you. Nobody else can build up your self-worth. It's called self-worth for a reason.
Facts.
It's self-work. And until you put the work into yourself, others are not going to respect you and respect what you want, because you're not respecting what you want yourself.
Well, she said a mouthful right there. Now, I want to touch on a few things that was just said. She was like one thing is how somebody talk to you. Now, I must say myself, I'm big on that. Like, I don't care if you my girlfriend. I don't care if you my homeboy. I don't care if you a stranger. I don't tolerate that disrespect, that talking to me like I'm a chump, getting loud with me, over talking me, cutting me off. Any of that right there is a no-go for me. Like, boy, that right there made me want to put hands on you. You know what I'm saying? Because a person that's like that is rude, and they definitely don't want to hear nothing that you got to say. And if they talking to you a way that you've told them not to talk to you, and they still do it, especially after they done apologize, man, them people don't care about you, man. And if they do care about you, they care about getting their point across and being right to you more than having an understanding with you. And I think that's where a lot of humans get things messed up, man, because everybody want to prove a point and everybody want to be right. But it's not about proving a point and being right. It's about getting along and having an understanding, so we can share this common ground because we have common interests. And that interest is found on a foundation of love. It's so simple. People make it so hard. People act like they can't respect themselves and respect other people, or vice versa. However you want to put it, first or second, don't matter. The bottom line is you can love yourself and still love other people. Like, we don't have to be one-sided, you know what I mean? And we don't have to belittle other people just because we can't make them do what we want them to do. Like I always tell people, the only thing that you can control is your feelings. How you feel about a situation, how you react to a situation, how you respond to a situation. But anything else is out of your control. God gave everybody free wills. And everybody go exercise their free will based on their perception of this reality. So what I would like to know is, what are some things that you could do to improve, you know, your self-worth, your self-work, and your self-love? You know what I'm saying? Alright, so we back. We had to get back for paying a couple bills, making a couple jugs, and lining up a few appointments, because, you know, even when we doing one part of work, another part of work still going. I got 8 jobs, man, like a Jamaican, for real. But all jokes aside, man, we live in a time now where more than one income is very necessary and very important. So if you got talents, gifts, side hustles, connections, opportunities, man, use that to your advantage, man, because I don't care how good your job pay, you still got to always pay back. They always taking, and a lot of your time is dedicated to another person's organization making somebody else rich. So even with that, know your self-worth, because you could be somebody that got employees that's getting rich just by sitting on your butt or walking up in any organization, franchise, business, whatever, and just checking shit, calling shots, and walking about that motherfucker and checks still rolling in. You feel me? So yeah, that could be you. You do not have to always be the employer. I mean, you don't have to always be the employee. Sometimes you could be the employer. And that is a choice. Don't let nobody tell you different. That is a choice. Alright, so yeah, we was asking Miss Lady what are some things that you could do to help improve your self-love and your self-worth, things of that nature. And here's what she had to say.
Learn how to love yourself. Learn how to be there for you. And it's okay to start over. A lot of people don't find themselves till later on in life, and that's okay too. I think a lot of times we settle for things. A lot of times we don't know our own power, our own strength, and we base it off other people's opinion of our life based on their thoughts, and we become their thoughts instead of our own interpretation of ourselves, of who God created us to be. You know, we're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Facts.
God made us all in his image. And until we grasp that thought, until we grasp the understanding that we're made like him, then that's when we're always going to struggle with self-worth. You have to know yourself to understand your worth.
Indeed. I agree with you 100%. And that's why it's called self-worth. Self-reevaluating, self-love, self-knowledge. Like, know who you are. Anybody who haven't had their birth chart read to them, like, if you don't know how to do it, get in contact with me. I do that for a living as well. You know, it's a small fee, but I'll walk you through each step of the planets and the signs, so you will know, and also give you a copy of it if you don't know how to research it, don't want to research it, or just want somebody else to do it for you. Just holler at me and let me know, because that helps a lot. But yeah, I agree with you. That is true. A lot of people give their self-worth away, and a lot of people just still don't know their self-worth because they ain't never been taught how to go about finding that true knowledge of self, or they just don't go within. And we all know that if you don't go within, you will go without. So yeah, make sure you take time out to yourself Just like you take time out for your job. The same way you take time out for people that you be doing stuff for that you know in your heart you don't even be wanting to do it for them, but you trying to buy friendships, you know what I'm saying? You trying to be nice. You trying to do good deeds for people who wouldn't do good deeds for you and is not even deserving of your good deeds or your time and presence. Okay, we got another one. We'll see what this person has to say, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Go ahead.
I feel like, you know, knowing your worth is basically a self-respect thing. You know, you have to know your value. You know, you have to know what you have to offer. And you have to not accept anything less than what you deserve. You're a queen or you're a king.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to literally hold that pedestal high, like you're worthy. You know, you're worth someone's love. Not you deserve nothing but pure happiness. You know, when you get into a relationship, you have to make sure or any situationship, it don't have to be a relationship, any friendship or anything, you have to make sure you're balanced. You have to make sure you're self-centered, you know, and you have to know exactly what you want with anything.
I feel that. Well, that girl, that sound good. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, okay, the ladies coming with it. Hey, fellas, I need y'all to call in too, man. Leave a message, man, an inbox, comment, share, whatever. We need some of y'all feedback too, because there's a lot of brothers out here who don't know their self-worth too now. It ain't just the ladies, but the ladies, one thing I learned about women, they are big on expressing how much they are concerned and how much they care about having self-worth, even if they don't even demonstrate it, even if they keep getting in the same relationship, going through the same thing, repeating the same cycles, they still know what they want more than a man does for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Based on my experience and what I see. But yeah, it's important for all of us. But that was real good, and I agree with what she said too. She said a lot of things that I said as well, as far as knowing your value, knowing that you're worthy, knowing that you're deserving and stuff. It's getting hot up in him. But yeah, man, all of that is very, very important, because nobody should know you better than you know yourself. And you know, a lot of times we give our power away, especially those of us who fall victim to the hands of a narcissist and fall in love with a narcissist. Oh my, you won't even realize until the whole situation over, if you make it out of it, that you was really up under a spell and control. Like you really volunteered to be a slave to that narcissist because of love, and it wasn't that serious. Because your self-love gonna always be more important. I don't care who you in love with, who you in a relationship with, what level y'all on, or how long y'all been together. Your self-love is always supposed to come first, because if you can't love yourself, you can't love nobody else, baby. Pure talk. So yeah, man, y'all take that. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all watching on YouTube. If y'all looking for it on Facebook, it's Ricky Prince, The Messenger. Boom. Holla at me. Comment, share, like, love, whatever you want, man. Just show love and get ready for the next episode. And understand that this is the one and only Cookies and Coffee.
I swear they got me fucked up, let you know. I'ma be the same nigga everywhere I go. Don't give a fuck about no bitch or about no friends. You forgive them once they do that same bullshit again.